Another week, another announcement of new jobs, and we finally have a decision on Calamity Days for our school districts. We'll get the details on this week's Senate report. Last week, we told you about revised job numbers that adjusted job growth in Ohio by about 65,000 jobs. Since January of 2011, Ohio has now added more than 238,000 new jobs. Well, this week, more good news as more jobs are coming to Ohio. Senate President Keith Faber and Senator Bill Beagle joined Governor Kasich this week in Greenville as Whirlpool announced an expansion of its operations that will add 400 new jobs with the potential for many more.
We have now gone from losing 100,000 jobs each and every year to a situation to where now we have created, and I don't mean we government, I mean we the private sector, now more than 238,000 private sector jobs. Ohio is doing better. While we know better is not good enough, we're going to keep working.
You know, you're going to have more career opportunities for people. You're going to have more people in the community with paychecks able to spend that money at restaurants and at theaters and purchasing services. And there's going to be a big multiplier effect.
Well, after a few weeks of discussion, Ohio finally has a plan for those Calamity Days for Ohio school districts. Here's the breakdown. The school calendar already included 5 snow days. Those were days that you didn't have to make up. They also had to put in their calendar 5 contingency days. Now, as long as 4 of those days are made up, schools can now add 4 Calamity Days, provided they get approval from the school board. State Senator Peggy Lehner, who chairs the Education Committee, led the effort on this compromise with the House.
No one wants children to go to school when it's dangerous. That's a given. So we understand that the Calamity Days have to be called, but we also have to balance that against making sure children have the time in the classroom to learn what they need to learn at each grade level.
Technology is changing education. We've seen that with some announcements recently that school districts in our state plan to give their students tablets in the upcoming years. Well, having access to that technology is important. Access to information is just as important, particularly in Southeast Ohio, where they don't have a lot of broadband access. Broadband advocates were at the State House this week, and State Senator Joe Uecker spoke to the group.
30% of Ohioans do not have access to broadband, and it affects so much of our lives. One of the missions of the Broadband Caucus is to explore these ideas, come up with answers and solutions to some of these adoption and access questions and problems.
March is Bike Helmet Safety Awareness Month. It's a big deal for State Senator Troy Balderson, who is an avid cyclist. He sat down and spent some time talking with us about bike helmet safety awareness in this week's upcoming caucus conversation. Here's a preview.
You're seeing a trend now to where it's cool to wear a helmet. Even whether they're skiing or riding their bikes, riding their skateboard, that's what we have to keep pushing, is that it is cool and it could save your head, and your head's a very valuable asset.
You can see that full interview beginning Wednesday, March 19th on our YouTube channel. Well, that's all for this week. As always, you can keep up to date with us every day on our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. The address is @OhioSenateGOP, or visit our website, ohiosenate.gov/Republicans. Thanks for watching.